I am with the SBA, but in a specialized small group doing export loans, and we call that Office of International Trade. I'm located in New York myself. I cover all of New York State and New Jersey, but I have about 20 colleagues like me covering the entire country. And Josh also included a link below so that you can easily find my counterparts who cover other states all over the United States. The main point of this slide is to let you know we have 3 different loan programs. I will show a little bit more information on that. But basically, those loan programs cover any possible financing needs relating to exporting, from financing a specific purchase order to building a warehouse because you need more space because the export market is taking off and things like that. So we think we can help you if you have export financing needs. Next slide, please, Josh. These are the 3 programs we have. I will not go into much detail here. The Export Express is the easiest program to use, goes up to $500,000 maximum loan amount, can be used as a term loan or as a revolver, a line of credit. And then we have 2 larger programs. The Export Working Capital Program goes up to $5 million, and that is, as the name implies, a working capital program, line of credit, kind of like a large a credit card with a large spending limit. You borrow, you pay down, you borrow, you pay down. And the last one, the International Trade Loan, is our term loan program. And that is more for things like I mentioned, building a new warehouse, or I will add, buying equipment to service, the export market. Things like that can be financed on a term loan basis. Next slide, please. Now, a few things. The SBA has general eligibility requirements. They are basic things like it must be US-based company, it must be a small business, and there's definitions for that. It must be a for-profit organization, not for non-for-profits, etc. I don't want to go into this much now. We can talk about it if you have any concerns. But the borrower must fit into a certain box to use our programs. Now, on top of this general SBA's eligibility, the export loans add some requirement as well, primarily that the loan proceeds must relate to exports. So the export loan programs benefit from a very high 90% guarantee from the SBA. That's very desirable, but one cannot just say, oh, let me borrow an export loan because you want to try and expand domestically. There must be a clear, identifiable connection to exports being helped. Second point, just for your understanding, SBA does not lend. The SBA guarantees a lender that actually makes the funds available. So borrowers also have to meet lender requirements. That leads to the third point. Even though the 90% guarantee helps provide weaker companies access to financing, if there are, unbankable companies, very weak, hardly any equity, hardly any history, making losses, etc., not very experienced management, whatever. The SBA guarantee won't make that a bankable transaction. But the SBA does help in the gray zone where the companies may be weaker and need a guarantee to get higher amounts or longer terms and things like that. But the bank, this point number 3, will adhere to prudent lending standards. Number 4, small additional requirements, minimum 12 months in business for Export Express. That's actually also the case for the Export Working Capital Program. The good news, indirect exports are eligible. If you are a manufacturer and you sell an airplane seat to Boeing, and Boeing is willing to put in its purchase order that it is going to use the seat to export the 737 to Garuda Airways in Indonesia, then the small manufacturer supplying the seat to Boeing is eligible for our programs. So that potentially opens up a huge additional group of companies that might be able to benefit from our programs. And lastly, it's not only products, it's services as well that qualify for our help. And that is basically it. Maybe I should have added to these points. I will do this in the future. Personal guarantee is required. But if you're not willing to support the borrowing of your company with your personal guarantee, you won't be able to use our programs. So that is it for me. Again, you can basically forget everything you saw here. Just give me a ring. I've been in the private sector for 35 years before I came to the government. I have a lot of practical experience. I really want to help you. So hope to hear from you.